Please welcome my next guest. He's been part of some of the biggest films in the last 5 years, including Saving Private Ryan, Ocean's 11 and the Academy Award-winning Good Will Hunting. His new film, Bourne Identity, opens September 26. Please welcome to Rove Live, Matt Damon.
M&M's here?
Yeah.
All right, nice.
By all means, take one.
This is better than any American talk show.
Got that straight, my friend. How have you found our fair country?
Huh? Great, man.
It's a standard question, I know, but...
No, it's been great. I mean, I don't want to sound like too much of an ass-kisser, but I really love it here. And, you know, I've been saying that. I got to Sydney a few days ago and hung out there and just flew in tonight to Melbourne. So, I mean, I've been having a great time.
Are you feeling a little bit out of whack? Is your body clock in tune?
Yeah, I started in Taiwan, so I kind of recovered there a little bit. But yeah, I'm a little out of whack. It's been a long day.
Now, of course, we all first discovered you, I guess, through Good Will Hunting, which you wrote with your good mate Ben Affleck.
Right.
Now, you were, what, 27, 28 when you came up with that?
No, well, I was 22 and Ben was 20 when we started writing it. And when it came out, we were 27 and 25.
So when you come up with an idea like that and you're trying to pitch it to the big Hollywood studios, did you ever think you were ever in with a chance that any of them would want to produce it?
No. No, we actually, we set it up so that, you know, we wrote that Robin Williams character just because we knew that the one way we could kind of get funding would be if we had a role for, you know, somebody who actually was a bankable movie star. So we kind of called it, that movie Reservoir Dogs that came out did that because Harvey Keitel was a name. So we called it our Harvey Keitel role. So we were waiting for somebody to kind of, you know, step in and get us the funding.
And what were you doing? Young guys, what were you doing when you got the call to say, hey, you're going to be making $1 million Hollywood blockbuster?
Nothing. No, when we got the call, I mean, we were sitting there waiting by the phone. I mean, we were, you know, sweating it, you know. It was basically, it's such a feast or famine business that it was basically the difference between, you know, making the movie that you've dreamed of making for the last 5 years or you know, eating more. Do you guys have ramen noodles here?
We've got like 2-minute noodles. Is that the sort of thing?
Yeah, it's the same thing, yeah.
In a pot, add some hot water, bingo.
It was really the filet mignon or ramen noodles phone call that we were getting. So yeah, we were sitting there having a couple of cocktails at that point. Just
very nice.
Yeah.
And what about when you won the Oscar for it as well?
Same kind of feeling. No, well, that was it. Kind of at that point, it got so kind of heady for us that, you know, to us really, we just like the idea of even making the movie, of it even being, you know, a reality, of it just existing like in video cassette form, where we could keep it on our mantle and just say, hey, we did this, you know, even if people think it sucks, you know, we made it, you know. You know, that would have been enough for us. So when everything kind of happened after that, it was pretty overwhelming, yeah.
And how did you and Ben actually meet? Because you've known each other since you were like tiny kids.
Yeah, well, I met him, let's see, I was 10, he was 8, and I moved into his neighborhood, and we lived right around the corner from each other. So, and it's kind of weird. We both wanted to be actors from a really early age. I think that's probably why we became friends. It's kind of a strange thing for two kids to be so driven at like such an early age, but that was kind of how we bonded, I think.
Wasn't there a plan to be rappers or something? Where does Matty D come from? Weren't you called Matty D when you were young?
Well, yeah, Matty D, but that had nothing to do with like rap. We all kind of made names up for each other. Yeah, everybody called him Biz, and everybody called me Matty D.
Biz and Matty D.
Yeah.
That sounds like kid rappers or something.
I don't think we would have won the Oscar if we put those names on the screenplay, written by Biz and Matty D.
And how was it then? Because you guys became the darlings of Hollywood. It was all Ben and Matt and Ben, and then when you went out with Winona Ryder and Gwyneth Paltrow, it was the four of you, and you were Hollywood's favourite couples. How was that time for you? Just suddenly pushed into the spotlight like that? Really
strange. I mean, you know, certainly, you know, and nothing to complain about. You know, it's not like we would have rather have been, you know, broke and out of work. But yeah, it was a lot to deal with, and it's still like we still get, you know, our names are kind of linked together. Like I was jogging in Sydney 2 days ago. and it was like 6 in the morning because I was kind of jet lagged, so I was up and I went running, and some guy passed me, and I'd been running and nobody said anything. I was passing joggers all morning, and one guy just said, "Good morning, Mr. Affleck." So I think, that's like 5 years later, so it's still kind of happening. So I guess it'll probably happen for a while.
Now, your new movie is The Bourne Identity.
Yeah.
Saw it yesterday. What I loved about it is the fight scenes that are in it. It's pretty action-packed.
Yeah.
It looks like you do most of that yourself.
I did, actually. That was one of the things that, I've been offered a lot of these movies and had turned them down. And when I talked to this director, he really, he said he wanted me to do all this stuff, and that he wanted to make kind of a character-driven action movie. And it was, audiences are smart enough to see when it's like a stuntman doing it or when it's you doing it. So he said, get to the gym and start training. Because
do you have to do any training, like martial arts training and stuff like that?
Yeah, I did about 5 months of training in this thing called Kali, which is a Filipino style of martial arts, and I took boxing lessons. The director said he wanted the character to walk like a boxer with kind of the directness and efficiency that a boxer walks with. So I boxed for a while and did all this firearm training too, just to kind of get comfortable handling guns.
How was that? That'd be all right.
Yeah, it was like, like summer school for an assassin. It's really fun. Because I do these other movies, I did a movie like The Talented Mr. Ripley. I was stuck in a room playing piano for like 3 months, which was horrible for me, really frustrating because I have no musical talent whatsoever. Unlike the band coming out here in a second. I'm pretty lame. So I don't know. For me, I'm always like taking time to, research these things as much as I can, and I never know what I'm really going to get. And with this one, it was a lot of fun.
So now, if someone came up to you in an alleyway and tried to take you on, do you seriously think you could kick their ass?
No.
Not even with your assassin training.
No, well, it's like, it's kind of like jack of all trades, master of none. I have 5 months is really enough to kind of get your ass kicked. It's not really enough to really handle yourself with any proficiency.
You could panic and start playing the piano. You just forget which
Right.
Is there anything you've learnt that you could show me, like any kind of... There's what I've learnt before I created. It's called the whoop-a-tang, like that. It's lightning quick. You got to be stand well.
But you need to say whoop-a-tang when you do it.
That's the whole. You startle them with the sound effect.
People just think you're a freak and run away.
That's it. You've got no. But is there anything? Could I learn anything?
Yeah, I mean, they taught me something like how to take things out of people's hands, but I don't know if we have anything that I could take out of your hand right now. I mean, the rest of it is just pretty brutal.
Do you want to try and steal my Logie? There's a challenge. This is the equivalent of an Emmy here.
Well, all right, but you got to hold it like it's something. All right, now am I allowed to? Now I don't want to throw this on the floor, right?
Okay.
All right, so I'll just take it out of your hand. What you do is you kind of grab. I'll do it in slow mo. I'm not going to hurt your. I'm not going to hurt your horn.
I'm quietly scared, but I'm holding my own. Okay.
All right, so if you get control of the thumb pad right there with your fingers, then you can really kind of control anything, right?
Yep.
So if I pulled really hard right now, it would break your thumb, but
you're not going to do that.
Right. No, I'm not. It's just like a push-pull thing. Right? Yeah, see that?
Nice.
Right. So if you give it up.
I'll give it up.
There you go.
Do you know what that's like? There you go. You got a Logie. Congratulations.
It's really good to be in Melbourne.
Nicely done. Thing where you bite your fingernails and then you link and pull them?
That must be an Australian thing, man. I've never done that.
Don't do it now because it will hurt. But what you do is you bite put your teeth on your fingernails and you bite them for maybe about 10 seconds and then you link your fingers and pull and it's the most excruciating pain across your fingers.
No, but how do you come up with that?
Give it a go. Ready? For about 10 seconds. As hard as you can tolerate. Ready?
All right.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you doing it?
It's already excruciating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now link your fingers and pull.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Isn't it painful? And right now, everyone around Australia is doing it going, oh, you bastards! Now, in the movie, your character has amnesia and is trying to work out who he is. Right. Have you ever been, so drunk that you have completely forgotten everything?
Yeah, like right now. No. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You must have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody, has had enough of a night where, you get up the next day and you get informed by your friends exactly what happened the night before. I actually had a friend in college who used to, and this isn't like a great story to repeat, but no little kids are up right now in Australia, but we had a friend in college who used to you know, I'd say, hey man, how was your night last night? And he'd say, I was spotted at 11:30 at such and such a pub, and then at 12:30 I was seen here. At 2:30 I was at such and such a dance hall. So I think the night went pretty well for me. I think I must have been having fun. So.
Well, look, can you stick around for a bit?
Yeah.
Excellent. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more of Matt Damon to bring us home when we return here on Rove Live. Matt Damon is still with us. We just had a bit of information from a member of the audience about biting your fingers and licking it. Supposedly, if you just push the fingers of the tips together, even more painful.
So for everyone at home who didn't get enough pain the last time.
You aren't quite bleeding enough. Now, Matt, I have something I like to do with the big-name guests that we have on. Because you've probably found that you have a lot of rumours that come out, a lot of tabloid stuff.
Right.
Have you ever had a particular favourite out of interest?
No, I've kind of... I can duck and cover pretty well, so I've avoided some of the more bizarre ones. Like, I haven't been abducted by aliens yet or anything like that. Yeah, no, so I wouldn't say I have a favourite yet.
OK. Well, I've gotten on the internet. It's what I do.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's the future. Have found some interesting trivia and just want you to answer true or false. If are these fact or crap?
Okay,
for example, your auntie Diane used to babysit Jay Leno.
That's true.
True.
Yeah.
Have you ever? I mean, obviously, other than meeting him when you were on the Tonight Show, did you meet him when you were younger?
No. This was long before he. You know, I mean, he was like a little kid. You know, when this happened, I don't think he even remembers my Aunt Diane. So.
Has she ever told you any stories of him when you've been on the Tonight Show?
No, she said he was well behaved. She said he was like a cute kid, which you know.
Kid with a big chin.
Yeah, right.
There we go.
You said it.
Here we go. You auditioned for the Mickey Mouse Club, true or false?
That's true.
Really?
Yeah.
In the time of Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake?
No, well, it might have been. No, it was probably before their time. It's kind of a. Well, I'll tell it as fast as I can so we can get the band on here. But I was told that I was going to meet the head of Touchstone Pictures, and this was one of my first year in college. And so I went around my dormitory floor and said, me and my buddy Ben are going down to New York. We're taking the bus down this week, and we're going to meet the head of Touchstone Pictures. And this was how it was pitched to us by our little agent at the time. So now I had everybody on the dormitory floor in college getting all excited that I was going to meet the head of Touchstone Pictures. We got down there, and it turned out to be an audition for the Mickey Mouse Club. And so we get in there, and we're looking for the head of Touchstone Pictures, and the guy's asking us if we can sing and dance, you know? We're going, sing and dance? What are you talking about? Where's the head of Touchstone Pictures? So it's pretty embarrassing, because you know, I got back to college, and everyone was asking me how, you know, the head of Touchstone Pictures was, and I was going, you know, he's good, he's a cool guy.
His name's Mickey. What about this one? You recently had a woman follow you into a bathroom at a restaurant, take off her clothes, and offer herself to you.
I mean, who does this stuff really happen to? No, that's false. That did not happen to me. And my girlfriend's watching right
now. Bummer. You used to hand out flyers outside a women's clothing store?
True.
Really?
Yeah, it was a summer job, handing out pamphlets trying to get people to come in and buy women's dance shoes.
Speaking of dancing, did you used to listen to Prince and breakdance in Harvard Square for money?
No, that's false. That's something that Casey Affleck, Ben's brother, made up a long time ago. The first time that People magazine, was a big magazine in America, did a little profile on me, like way early on. They did like one little page with a little picture, and they did facts about me. And so they called Casey for some reason. I think they were looking for Ben, and Casey answered the phone. And he said, People magazine? Yeah, I'll take the call. And I mean, he just started making stuff up. So for the last 15 years, or 10 years, whatever, this thing's dogged me. Everybody goes, you used to break dance for spare change?
We should make up another one. What you should do is make up your own and send it out there and see how long it takes for it to get back to you.
Yeah, actually, that would be a good kind of experiment, because I bet it wouldn't take too long. Yeah, if you put it in the right places.
Abducted by aliens. There you go. Live the dream.
That's our. You start it, man.
Okay. So, abducted by aliens.
Yeah, it was a hard day.
Wow. We'll take that clip, send it to the world. Away we go. Well, thank you very much for coming in.
Man.
Absolute thrill talking to you. Matt Damon, everyone.